Hey everybody, what's up? It's your boy. Today we're taking a look at finally another Transformer. We're looking at something from the Telemocha series. This is TM-02 Megatron. This was given to me from the same friend, shout out again Terran, who's got a huge interest in the Beast Wars line. This is a really nice paint job on this guy. Really nice coloring. And you can see he, at some point in time, bit off more than he could chew. He's like so many old things, missing a tooth. So these guys are redecos of the Robot Masters Beast Wars. And really nice detailing on the paint in here. Like you can see that eye's detailed and painted really well. The teeth have a nice yellowing to them. And even inside, as a fellow YouTuber's pointed out, there's even some thrushing on the tongue, because as we know, all Transformers deal with a bad case of thrush on the tongue. All dinosaurs rather have thrush on their tongue. Just kidding, of course. And he's got his little arms that are totally useless. One of the only things I find super frustrating about this Transformer is the tail. And I'm hoping that it doesn't give us the worst possible transformation when we get to the tail, putting it back into his dinosaur mode. So here you go. Here he is in dinosaur mode. And we're going to quickly also give him some stacks on stack duty. Like that. We're going to take a look at this beautiful DVD that he also included for us to take a look at from the series. Awesome artwork on the front. On the back, you can see they've got some of this, then they've got this, and then they've got Japanese guys. Yeah, you're so funny. There's that. Inside, you've got that DVD. Be very careful spinning that so no scratchy. And he comes with his decoration sheet and a scan thing, so go ahead and scan that and see if it connects to anything 11 years later. And the card. This card is super cool looking. Hopefully y'all can see that. I really hope so. Let's see. There you go. And then on the back, let's take a look at the back, because on the Telemocha Rhinox, I did forget to take a look at the back. My apologies, all y'all. And look at those stats. 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 9, 10, 10, 10, 10. These remind me of the last scores I got from the judges in my gymnastics competition. So we will put this back into the case so safely. And of course, because my friend Terran is such a G by lending me these for this series, I'll make sure to put that card in the card protector for him. So we're going to put that back down there. And then we're going to get into this transformation. So the first thing you're going to want to do is the dreaded tail. I've found that it goes back on and forth if the fist isn't attached inside. So normally what you'd do, cat hair, is you would just pull that tab out, which allows usually just this arm to come down. But since I don't have it connected, I'm going to put it to the side there for now. And we'll continue with the transformation. So you're going to split this back portion from these two tabs. And open that up. Oops, you're going to also want to slide these panels down like so, just to get them out of the way. Then you can also just kind of bring these down somewhat, just so they're out of the way for now, which will allow us to open these halves. Let's get these out of the way again for clearance, and swing these little teeny arms down and out of the way. Like that. There's plenty of clearance. Then you're left with this top section. And we're going to move these out of the way so we can do some spinsies. And what you want to do is this flips, this comes out, slides out, head comes up, and then it snaps into place onto these two pegs. Actually, there's one peg. One peg right there closes in on that. Nope, there's two pegs. And that's because you got to turn it 180 degrees, like so. And then you can bring it in to snap into those pegs at the back. Make sure you've got the head all the way forward. Bring those legs down. Straighten up that torso just a bit, that waist I mean. And we're pretty much almost done the transformation at this point. It's a very simple transformation, so those arms do come out of their pegs rather easily. Nothing to fear there, Terran. And you can bring that arm down. And then you want to come to the bottom, flip out these heel spurs, heel spur, and heel spur. And then you're just going to turn the legs at the knee joint. So lift these again out of the way to give you clearance for those high knees. And then turn them so you can see the missiles that are supposed to be facing forward during this portion of the transformation. When he's in robot form, we'll do the same here. Turn that forward, giving us clearance to turn his leg around, like so. And there you go. And that is pretty much his transformation for a robot mode. I find that these covers, for some reason, one clears and gets completely out of the way. The other one, not so much. I don't know why that is. It is super annoying. So there's another thing about this robot's transformation that bothers me. So anyway, we'll get those feet somewhat facing forward. We can bring this fist down. Grrr. And he does have a 3mm peg in this fist, so you could put a weapon in there if you so choose. But what you're supposed to do is you open the tail, and you normally do this with it attached to his hand, but this is how I've chosen to do it. And we'll turn it this way so it's facing, so the inside of the forearm is facing forward. And you just snap that in place like thusly, and then close it part way, not all the way. And then he's got that as the world's weirdest weapon. And there you go. Dun, 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 dun. TM-02 Telemocha Megatron. Woo! Let's take a look at him. He's got some nicely decorated thighs. And we're going to take a look at all the sides. So there's his tail, hand, and his little feetsies holding hands behind him. There's those heel spurs. I don't like these things either. They're just such a huge amount of plastic that's in the way, whereas if you didn't have that there, it would look much cleaner, but there they are. Another thing I wanted to mention real quick is this head sculpt. Does he ever look like Thanos' long-lost, sad brother? But, cool. Eyes look really cool. They're painted a nice red. He's got that sweet kind of diamond in the middle of his forehead that's very akin to Optimus Prime, actually. And, I mean, they are so close. So close. So, this is the back and forth channel. Everything goes back and forth. But before we do that, size comparison. This is a dried minnow for my cat Boots. And that is today's size comparison. And let me tell you, this thing smells like it looks. Yuck. Put that away. Okay. So let's go back from the fourth. I'm going to take this off because I've learned, at least for my own purposes, that it's much better, much easier to do it that way. So we're going to turn this like that. So we're going to go the opposite direction that we came here from. So we're going to close those heel spurs. We're going to turn these around. Make sure you've got clearance from these panels. Actually, I'm going to bring this section forward first and then go this way. Turn it around. Turn it around, and I just kind of get these middle lines lined up with the middle of the green. That's usually a pretty good baseline. And I can see things have kind of turned somewhat on me. There we go. And then we're going to pull his chest forward, pull his chest forward, like that, just to pull him off of those two holes behind him. And that way we can stand him up again. Like this. And that way we can get him spun. Move these into the down position just to get us some clearance. This is already binding up on me somewhat, because you're going to want to spin this 180 degrees, just like that, sort of like that, and then it collapses down into the middle. Make sure everything's nice and straight up here. I'm pretty sure that this is supposed to be facing up. It usually works better facing down, so that's what I'm going to do, because it has given me so much trouble, oh so much trouble in the past. Get these panels out of the way just so we can bring this section up, and same with this section. Now before we close everything up here, you need to have this head there to meet those little pegs. So there you go, that's that part figured out. And then you want to bring these legs forward so that these can spin into their little cubbies there. Man, that looks funny with a fist coming out of his back end like that. Same with this foot. Let's bring it forward so that we can get that to sit kind of nicely there. I usually like to take a look at the back just to make sure everything is copacetic. Looks as good as it's going to get. Then I like to take this, kind of loosely fit it in here. Actually, hold on. Sit there. Roll over. Good dog. I need to close this thing up. I like to slide the fist in there, and then I find that this thing, see, yeah, it goes together a lot nicer for you. Man, that usually gives me a bunch of difficulties. Let's get these hands just up and out of the way. Double check those hind quarters, as it were. And then see if we can get this bad boy to stand. Come on, big boy. Let's see what you got. Let's get this to stand a little bit more forward. Look down, see if we've got the right spacing, see if they're turned in the right direction, and they pretty much are. Haha, there he is. Obligatory stacks on stacks on stacks duty. And let's put his hand on his jaw there like he's thinking. Folks, thank you for coming back to the channel. I really appreciate your support. I hope this helped you learn to transform one of the Telemocha series. These are pretty rare transformers. You'd be lucky to find almost any of the TM line, much less any of the TMSP series, anywhere for sale on eBay or anywhere else. They're very, very rare. So thanks again. Shout out Terran to helping me make this series of Telemocha transformers. I'm looking forward to doing more. I quite like them for the most part. And please, if you've watched the video to this point, put a like on the vid. Please and thank you. Share the video with somebody you hate. Share it with somebody you love. Share it with somebody who loves Beast Wars. Share it with somebody who likes Megatron. Subscribe to the channel, of course, and crush that notification bell so the next video that I put down on this channel, you get it before anybody else. If you have not been told recently, love ya. Secret Guy out.